Hi guys, it's Word Up with Miss Hathaway. So this week we'll be on standard 2.OA.1. This is a lot to look over, so if you want to pause and read it over, I'm just going to go through it briefly. So NC 2.OA.1 represents and solve addition and subtraction word problems within 100 with unknowns in all positions by using representation and equations with a symbol for the unknown number to represent the problem. When solving one-step problems, add to or take from start unknown, compare bigger unknown, compare smaller unknown. And two-step problems involving single digits, add to and take from change unknown, and also to add and take from and results unknown. So let's just break that down. We will be able to add and subtract one and two-step word problems. We will also be able to add and subtract two-step word problems using two operations, which may include the same operation or opposite operation. So, our learning target. I know I can represent word problems using physical models, drawings, and number lines. I know I can solve word problems with unknown numbers in different positions. I know I can explain why an operation is needed to solve a word problem. I know I can identify the first step in a two-step word problem. I know I can write an equation to represent a one-step word problem. I know I can identify the second step in a two-step word problem. I know I can write two equations to represent a two-step word problem. I know I can determine if an answer is reasonable by estimating and or reflecting on the steps taken to solve the problem. Also, here is our vocabulary that we'll be working on this week. These words we should already know because we've been working with them throughout the whole school year. So here we have equation. An equation is a mathematical sentence that uses an equal sign to show that two expressions have the same value, and an equal sign is a symbol used to compare numbers that have the same value. Here is our essential question. So by the end of this week, you should be able to answer this question. How can we analyze one-step problems to solve various word problems using a symbol or tape diagram for the unknown number? Here's an anchor chart. For today, we're going to focus on adding. But we'll also talk about a little bit subtracting too. So here are some strategies for adding. So you can draw a picture. So here you see 1 apple plus 2 apples. You can also add in any order. So you have 2 plus 3 equals 5. And we also know that 3 plus 2 equals 5. You can count on, so you can start at 5 and say 6, 7, and 8. You can use a number line. So 4 plus 2 equals 6. So on the number line, you start at the number 4. You jump 2 spaces and you get to the number 6. You can also use doubles. We also know 2 plus 2 is 4. And we know 4 plus 4 is 8. We can doubles in the sense of plus 1. So 2 plus 3 also equals 2 plus 2 plus 1. Okay, so those are our math facts. Now, let's try it out. We have a one-step word problem that we're going to work on. We're going to solve a one-step word problem. Here's the problem. Seth ate 9 grapes. Then his dad gave him more grapes, and he ate them. Seth ate 15 grapes in all. How many grapes did Seth's dad give him? Let's think about this. Remember, you can also use cubes. So you can, in cubes, remember the C is circle the numbers, underline the question, box our keywords. We're going to evaluate, which is what we're going to be doing here, and solve. So let's look at part A. What is the total number of grapes Seth ate? And write this number down. Well, if I remember going back in the word problem, we can look right back here. And it says Seth ate 15 grapes. Let's go to part B. How many grapes did Seth eat first? Write this number in the bottom left. If we go back to the beginning, we can see it at the very top of the word problem. Seth ate 9 grapes. Part C. What does the question mark stand for? So in this tape diagram, we have laid out how many he ate in all, and then we have how many grapes he ate first. But now we're trying to figure out what this question mark stands for. So let's think about it. The question mark stands for the number of grapes Seth's dad gave him. So now we're going to write an equation in the model. So we have blank plus the question mark equals a sum. I suggest writing it like this. We have 9 because that's how many we know he ate first. And we know he ate 15 in all. So now, how many grapes did Seth's dad give him? Well, Seth's dad gave him 6 grapes. So let's work this out so you can see how we solve this. Okay, so you can write this equation as 9 plus question mark equals 15. We can subtract, we can move the 9 to the right side, so where we have question mark equals 15 minus 9, or we can write it the traditional way, 15 minus 9 equals whatever that sum is. Now we can solve. I like to break out my 10s and 1s just to make it a little bit easier to solve. So we have 15. We know 15 equals 1 10 and 5 1s, or we could say 15 1s. And we know 9 is the same as 9 1s. So if I have 9 grapes here, let's go ahead and mark this off. I know that I can count by 3s because I have a row of 3 in each row. So I can say 3, 6, and 9 because he ate 9 grapes. So how many grapes are left? 6 grapes. Okay, you can also use the model to show the problem on the previous page. So you can use a bar model, which we use there. You can use a tape diagram, which is in the middle. And then you can use a number bond. A number bond is similar to like a number tree or a branch, where you can start with the total sum and then just break it apart. Okay, the question mark can be in different places in the models and equations. There's that vocabulary word again. So you can find the total, you can find the change, you can also find the start. So make sure you pause here and look through and see what you see differently through each section. Now, let's reflect. Ron had 11 marbles. He gave some away. Now, he has 6 left. How could you use a model and an equation to find how many marbles Ron gave away? I want you to pause and try this with your partner. Your partner can be your sibling, your parent, or guardian. I'll give you about 5 to 10 seconds. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. So, this is how it could have been written. We had 11 marbles. He gave some away. So you have 11 minus 6 equals question mark. Or you could have said 6 plus the question mark or the sum equals 11. So here we use a tape diagram. So we have 11, which is our total that we had. We had 6, and we're trying to find the other portion. So Ronnie gave away 5 marbles. All right, example time. So in this example, I will have a word problem here for you. I want you to realize that you can also make a 10. So for example, here is our word problem. John has 9 apples, and his father gave him 6 more. How many apples does John have now? Well, we can make 10. We know we have 9 plus 6. So we want to find out how many apples he has in all. Well, You can make 10 by first breaking that 9. So we know 5 plus 4 equals 9. We also know that 4 plus 6 gives us 10. And 10 plus 5 gives us 15, which is the same as 9 plus 6 equals 15. So you can make a set of 10 when you have single digit numbers to make it easier on your adding. Here are my resources. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you next week. Bye, guys.